All right, everybody. Hey, Coach KP here. Good to see y'all. Good to have you here. You're here in my office. This is where I make all my game decisions and do all my coaching strategies here. So welcome to that. And you just get to see another little piece of my coaching strategies on how I perfect a team and take it to greatness. Today we're looking at Russell Wilson. He's officially on injured reserve, broken finger. He plays for the Seahawks. You might have had him on your fantasy team as your number one quarterback that you were utilizing to pick up points during the games and to help your team out. He's gone. He's gone until week 10. What are we going to do about that? Glad you asked that question. I'm glad you're here for Coach KP to give you the right answer. So it's week 6 and you don't have a quarterback, at least not one worth playing, right? Broken finger, can't do anything with that. He's out till week 10. We can sit him on our injured reserve bench if we don't have that, or we're going to clear a spot for him on the bench and keep him there, because when he comes back, he's going to be putting up them numbers for us, and we want to make sure that somebody else doesn't secure him on their team, and then we're left high and dry when that happens. So we're going to leave a spot for him on the bench. But first off, what we're going to do, this looks like a bad situation, but in fantasy football, this is what we live for. This is how it goes. We are professional coaches. We had to make these hard decisions like this, and we had to make good ones. This is the perfect setup for a high-performance, intense fantasy coaching play that I like to call the QB scramble. Now, you might have also heard it as the quarterback shuffle. Nonetheless, here we call it the QB scramble. Basically, it's this. Okay, your quarterback's out, right? So what are you going to do? What you're going to do is you're going to get on your fantasy football app and you're going to go to players. Little tab there says players. That's going to bring up a whole list of available players that are not on other people's teams. This is very important, okay? If you can trade for somebody else, you can do that. A lot of times people don't like to trade, so you have to go to that waiver wire, and you're going to have to look at available players, okay? You're going to filter. You're going to filter that for quarterbacks, specifically quarterbacks, because that's what position we're looking for, okay? So you do that. In a 10 to 12 team league, you're going to have what I call options. Now, these options are other quarterbacks, or in any case, additional players that have not been picked up by other teams and do not play for any other fantasy teams in your league. This is very important, so keep that in mind. In a 10 to 12 man league, you're probably going to see, Baker Mayfield plays for Cleveland. He's probably going to be top there on that list. Just because they're on the top of the list, don't jump right on that. That's where you're going to go wrong. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I'm just going to walk you through this a little bit real quick here. So he's probably going to pop up first. He's had some good games. You go to that second tab there and you look at his game log. In the game log, the first most important thing you're going to look at is that first column that comes down, okay? That's going to tell you what he's actually done, his points for the previous games. Another thing you're going to see in there is you're going to see colors on the teams that they played. Green means it should have been an easy game. Red, hard game. Gray, no one knows what gray means, but it's somewhere in the middle of green and red somehow. Don't matter. Gray's bad. Don't pick anybody with a gray game. No matter what, it's always bad. So you're going to look at those things, right? Baker Mayfield, don't pick him. He's got a red game. Not happening. Week 6, he's red. No. Next down the list, probably going to be Trevor Lawrence. And he plays for Jacksonville. He's got a green game. We're going to keep that in mind. His points that he's listed for these previous games, they're not so great. But we also know that he's rookie quarterback this year. He's looking to put some numbers up and make a name for himself. That's what he's looking to do. You got to keep these things in mind as a coach. You got to know what's going on inside these players' heads. So keep that in mind. Another one that's probably going to be on the list, Carson Wentz. Great quarterback, great game. Boom, automatically out. Nope, we ain't doing that. So out of those 3, which one are we picking up? Bam, you're right. Trevor Lawrence. We're going to pick him up. He's got a green game, and we're going to put him in, and then we're going to run with that for this week. That's what I'm going to do personally, because that's who I have. I had R. Wilson from the Seahawks, broke his finger. Boom, injured reserve. Got him on my injured reserve. If you have one of those, great. Put him on that. And then you pick up Trevor Lawrence for this week. Now next week, Trevor Lawrence, he don't have a green game. So we're going to be doing the quarterback shuffle again. Okay? So keep that in mind. When it happens with this, it's cyclical. It's cyclical like this. And you just got to keep going. You got to keep going. And that's what we live for with this fantasy football. That's why we do it. And it's hard to do, and it's hard to make those choices and decisions. But once you do it and you get good at it, that's when you become a champion. All right. Well, that's just a little bit here from Coach KP, and good luck to you this weekend. And I hope your team does just as good as my KP Fumblers. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy.